So whilst the entire world is losing their shit over the recent election of Donald J. Trump into presidency, a much more catastrophic and sinister scam in politics has been happening halfway across the world in the little country called Zimbabwe. Between the year 2000 and 2008, the Zimbabwean government decided to loot and deplete the national reserves. Now, anyone with the general grasp of economics will tell you that depleting the national reserve is going to have serious implications on your currency. That means it's just going to be devalued. It turns your currency into just pieces of paper. Let me put things into context for you. In the year 2005, things had gotten so bad that hyperinflation due to the depletion of the National Reserve got so out of hand, we were buying a loaf of bread at $1,000 a loaf. No joke. Okay? And fast forward to around the year 2006, early 2006, the Zimbabwean government decided, you know what, this is a bit stupid. We need to do something about this. We can't be buying bread at $1,000 a loaf. Alright? So they started this campaign called From Zero to Hero. The Zero to Hero campaign was to take away 3 zeros off every price or every fee. So effectively a loaf of bread for $1,000 would be sold for $1 Zim. Take away 3 zeros, come back to $1. Fantastic. Right? No. In less than a year, those zeros had doubled. So from buying a loaf of bread at $1, we were buying it at 1 million by the end of the year of them removing 3 zeros. That is uncharted rates of inflation. 238 million % inflation rate. That is a record that no one is ever going to break in this entire world. Not in my lifetime, except for us. Only we can beat that. Kind of proud of it, to be honest. This obviously got so out of hand, we literally had to print a $1 trillion note. Swear down, Zimbabwe is the only country where practically everyone in the country was a billionaire at some point. That's cool, right? Right? So now, once it got this ridiculous, we decided to adopt foreign currency as the legal tender, which worked. We adopted the US dollar and the South African rand, and for a good while this stabilized things and it kind of got things back in order. But the problem was, because we are not at liberty of printing all this money, then it meant that at some point it's just gonna run out. Like, literally. Like, you'd go to the bank and try to withdraw $100 and they tell you we don't have $100, and you'd say, but I checked my bank balance, I've got $2,000 US. And they'd be like, yeah, you've got $2,000 US, but we don't have the actual physical cash to give you. And then in true Zimbabwean glutinous flipping power hungry fat pig fashion, they decided, it's cool guys, we got this. We're gonna introduce a new currency. Now, the thing about introducing a new currency is there's nothing wrong with introducing a new currency if it's backed by something tangible. Not in this case. And we already know from what happened between 2000 and 2008 that bringing in a new currency or just printing money off the whim, however you wish, is gonna have some pretty detrimental effects. Right? So they're bringing in this new bond note, and it's the perfect scam. And this is why it's the perfect scam. Because these guys can just print however much they want. And they have the nerve to say that this bond note is at par with the US dollar, which, by the way, the US dollar is backed by gold and oil and other valuable things that make it a genuine currency. So now what's happening is, in exchange for your legit 1,000 or 2,000 US dollars sitting in your bank that you can't withdraw because there's no cash, they're going to trade you for bond notes with that, which means they're going to keep the real cash, which is actual money with real value, in exchange for fucking papers. Right? It's pathetic. And after all of that, they nominate the following nigga to explain to you what bond notes are. Like, it is beyond me. Oh my god, I am so ashamed to even show the world that we have ministers like this guy in my country. This guy is an active member of parliament right now, and he's been voted in several times over and over again. I feel like I need to say this again. This guy is an active member of parliament. He helps run the fucking country. Listen to what he has to say about bond notes. Just listen. Let's check it out.
It's the man being trying to have proper change, you know. It was done because of the change which we are having problem. So we are still having problem of the change. If we have got $20, you want to buy, one skirt, about $1 skirt, you need $19.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So now they're coming on with all this bullshit, blah 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 blah, incentive on exports, 5 cents on the dollar, blah 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 blah, and they're talking bullshit because basically the math and the valuation and the explanation they have for this bond note is that for every dollar's worth of goods or services you export invoiced, you get 5 cents. Yeah. So in order for you to make one bond note, you need to sell $20 worth of goods. It's the perfect scam. Wow. And you thought Trump was bad? Heck, at least you even have a new president